Realme 4G was spoiled, so I'm using a separate camera for recording my video. You might have heard of the tariff war which is going on across the world. It was already predicted, and some kind of sleeper cells were always engaged in these kind of activities, like assumptions of manufacturing industries and the downfall in economic throughout the world due to COVID. Even if it was a slight hype, but it resulted in immense losses of industries and trading units along with import export. The Dow Jones suffered heavily, about 2,000 points during last 2 weeks, and the Faucet was also affected. As usual, all the countries were engaged in false promotion of indigenous manufacturing units has to suffer at any cost, including the countries which are totally devoted towards fake news media. Intellectual people should understand that no product can be manufactured in any place so easily, but if they will keep on promoting like that, and the poor and the deprived will always suffer for all generations to come. And since I have descended from 21 light years away from Earth, as claimed several times, I have privileged my manufacturing plans also related towards a different place. I had enough revenue to buy properties in industrial areas, but these construction companies and property dealers didn't cooperate, and I was well aware that if that was my present time, I have to be very cautious. So when greedy and opportunistic people, even if they belong to your own family and relatives, try to mutually exploit you, then one day or another you will lose your future planning. And the moment and that, of course, whatever I committed in YouTube also, that materialized, and every subscriber should understand that those are like powerful words which are bound to happen across the world. So I have a plan to open a manufacturing unit at baddi industrial area. I have to buy some properties there, and then initially I will start with manufacturing through automatic or semi-automatic capstan machines, and then I will start my own electroplating and matte finish powder coating unit indigenously there only. Then I have to market those products, and all of the plans are always made, and whosoever will try to hinder will definitely be out of my life only. But I don't think my family members will not cooperate because they have to cooperate at any cost, since they are challenging me through these kind of dire circumstances, and all the time they try to distract me doing driving. And even a few minutes ago she tried to indulge in illegal activities of distracting while I was driving towards the clothing stitching woman work at home shop at sector 4 Panchakarma, but she kept on abusing me through bad words, and of course I had some plan to broadcast from here only, which I had already exposed, and then she tried to warn me of different kind of illegal contacts which she might have got through Instagram, dance teachers who fled away from this city, and she was also engaged in illegal activities along with more women who managed to sit at rear seat once when we were visiting this one. Then she was also engaged in illegal massage services at the train itself, as claimed by one of the web designing or free web page client, a Panchakarma center, which was also introduced by her only. So I am not liable for these kind of things, even if they are introduced to me. I have not created personal relationships with them. How they are, when once in a time, about 18 years ago, when my Tata Indigo was faulty, and then she informed about a company known as Sardar Motors at Zirakpur, from whosoever she was might have witnessed that while moving towards Delhi, which we used to do often on our Indigo. You might have noticed that company, and she informed me about that also. Then when the authorized service center failed to rectify my car and tried to manipulate different kind of turbos, fake turbos or Tata Indigo TDI turbos, and she also suffered eye surgeries and he became blind. And the son of that owner confessed afterwards when the person became blind. He had performed illegal activities on my car by providing fake. That's what I informed to Gurdeep Singh, who managed to repair my car. So if that is considered as a regard, that is also included, but I don't take that as granted. I don't have any personal relationship with anyone, even if that person is introduced by anyone. That is not any kind of egoistic. I am not earning to such magnitude that I have to share that. But the experience of construction companies was provided by me only, and different kind of people assumed in my real life also. When I visited Ghaziabad, my sister's husband was sitting at the dining table, and when I expressed my future predictions that these kind of women will definitely try to meet different construction companies owners and try to exploit my experience only and my money provided by me only through different kind of life insurance and fixed deposits will be utilized against me only. And it was not said directly, but it was said in that method, because Moscow demolition group are like that only. So even that person was Moscow demolition group. They used to betray me. Even before marriage, that person might have been engaged in these kind of activities. That's why he confessed that just because of automobiles, these women will readily accept marriages, because they know what kind of people. And if that person had uttered these kind of words in front of my mother, then he might have been engaged in different kind of activities like Rath Yatra, and the women who were engaged in criminal activities by demolishing Babri Masjid through different kind of illegal speeches in Ayodhya, and those cassettes were also brought to my notice when I was staying in old Mahavir Nagar. And one person who was a father-in-law of my sister brought a cassette, and I was not aware what kind of cassette it is, and he requested me to visit Tilak Nagar towards my uncle's house, because he was owning sharp dual cassette recorder, and he wanted me to record that as a gesture for him, because he was our guest from Amritsar. I didn't thought anything false, because I was just 11. I was studying in 11th class. How can I judge any kind of foul play against a nation? Or I didn't judge it. I just went on my bike, on my scooter towards Tilak Nagar. It was hardly 1.6 kilometers from my house, and that house was owned by joint family, no one restricted. Everyone don't know, he might have come for any essential job, and I started recording. Otherwise also I had recorded some songs in front of my grandfather and grandmother who used to stay there only. And then I started recording. I thought, why, after recording, I thought, why not hear some speeches? What kind of information is provided in this cassette that he has brought from Amritsar? I didn't found anyone to record that. Then I was horrified when I heard some abusive speeches, anti-national speeches. I was really terrified. I was just a teenage boy. My sweat started from every part of my body, but I was really thrilled. I thought I have to visit that, I have to provide that. I don't have any option. What should I do? They might be very engaged in criminal activities. Of course, they were engaged in different kinds of criminal activities in Amritsar, and I didn't told anyone when, but of course when my sister was married in Amritsar, I had to be very careful. Also, I can't spell anything against those people, but those flashes managed to take that cassette towards those Rath Yatra, and it is possible that they were really engaged in these kind of activities, and any kind of parallelism might be also be existing, since the younger son of that person used to destroy the VCRs and other recording equipments of my sister also in Amritsar only. And whenever son of my other sisters visit that premises, he used to call cops for unnecessarily reasons. Of course, they are belonging to Moscow demolition group. Any kind of parallelism can't be ruled out. And then my sister also claims that one day she will also be engaged in these kind of activities, because they are very futuristic and experienced sisters. They know that sleeper cells will definitely try to reach my house also. But I was already prepared. Don't worry, even if you are hearing my relatives and friends, don't worry about any kind of consequences. I'm an extremely dangerous person. What I say, I mean it. The world has made me like that only. And then one of my sister's husband called my father also that fake voter cards have been prepared, and your son's fake voter card has been kept in my house. You have to visit my house. My sister was married just few months ago. I denied, but even then I denied. I said boldly to my father, what harm he will perform to my sister? He can't perform any illegal activities to my sister, even if I will not visit. But then my father started pleading, I am not sure about these kind of criminal people. What if your sister will start suffering at that house? She has been married just recently. So please vote for Moscow demolition group and accept. But then I reached there. I was really cautious. I thought that if that person has prepared fake voter cards for me, it means other relatives or distant relatives might have also been called. Then I reached here, and I was really horrified. I found that daughter of my uncle's wife's brother that was also standing in the queue. I will not name that girl. I thought that is an innocent girl. She used to dance at our Jagran ceremonies also. She might be only 16 or 16 years old, and what if she will be caught inside and she will be placed inside the bar, and God will not forgive me. I am here. I should protect that girl. Being a man, I should protect that girl. Then I thought it is a good idea to get myself nabbed here, and then more voices and hooligan will be created, and she will also run away and she will become cautious, or at least she will know that voting illegally is a kind of risk. So I raised my voice. I intentionally stood behind a cautious woman. He said, you are not, you don't belong to Karol Bagh. I said, of course I don't belong to. I started shouting, of course I don't belong to Karol Bagh. Moscow Demolition Group are forcing me to vote in favor of them, but I will not vote for them. I am a born secular Congress. I will vote for Congress only. Then all of the ECI agents become very angry. They started abusing me. They said, how dare you challenging that you are about to vote illegally. I said, some people forced me to come here. They wanted to kill me. They wanted to spoil my life. But I am not horrified. I am not terrified at all. I started shouting, and then that girl also became aware, and she managed to elope from that place. And then they said, run away from this place, otherwise we will nab you and arrest you also. But it was always planned. I was not committed at all. How can I treat myself as a criminal? I'm an extremely intellectual and intelligent person from my birth. I was extremely active in curriculum activities. I used to top each and every examination from my nursery class till 12th, and even in college I used to top, and the teachers used to call me separately and invite me for different kind of engineering also. Even while studying graduation, they kept on requesting for engineering and kept on requesting for computer diploma, but I said that my father is being abused by my uncles, and I have to join my factory at any cost. And my other founder partner, uncle, who had established India's first or Delhi's first chrome plant, as best later Subhash Nagar, is always requesting me. He was always requesting me to help him for effluent treatment plant. That's what Grok inquired from me. But I insisted Grok. That was not just the reason. My uncle tried his best, being such lesser tech savvy compared to other chemical engineers who facilitated me also. But he was too transparent. He said, I will not be able to start effluent treatment plant in 1991 itself. If you take that as granted, even Jaguar was being facilitated by us only. And even if now they don't have effluent treatment plants, they don't follow those strict laws of air ambience and all this sound pollution also. Don't take as the size of the company and turnover as granted. There are several other aspects also, being first environment friendly manufacturing industry related to bathroom fittings, faucets, hobs, sanitary ware, civic research, and that should be it was established in 1998 and the treatment plant was established or installed in 1999. But Grok was really feeling suspicious. How can that be possible? I said, do you have any proof? Do you have any authenticating certificates from these companies? But then Grok realized that also, even if that would have been any human being or any judge of Supreme Court or United States Court, even then I will argue similarly. That is not any such hardship in my life, but I have to start my business of bathroom fittings one day or another. That was my dream company, and that I have to succeed at any cost. Means not at the cost of my house or not at the cost of my own people's career, but of course God will help me for that also. So what is there in that? Even if my family and my relatives are hearing, there is nothing harm in dreaming good for own family and own career. So even if they are hearing, I don't bother at all. Even if they are challenging me, they used to challenge me by calling that we will also buy some plots here. Why not you dare to interact with those property dealers directly? Who am I to act as a mediator? When you forced my father in such kind of circumstances, that he suffered a lot, and of course I was not prepared enough to suffer such kind of drastic betrayals from my joint family. But even then I managed to get my life on track. I got married, I have a handsome and intelligent son working in a multinational company and earning such a high multi-billion or multi-figure amount in dollars. But even then, if that is not regarded as a godly blessing for all kind of fleshes who keep on annoying me, including that woman, that should be a shame for her also. Thanks a lot for